Cubing Advent, day 14. Okay, let's see what we get today. Oh, that looks interesting. Circular 3x3 cube. Looks like it's by Sing So. That looks funky. Okay, let's see what it is. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So it does. So it looks like I don't think the centers rotate. So that's, at least I don't think they do. I don't see any way to turn the centers per se, but everything else on the outside turns while the middle stays still. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge in solving, because the middles are going to stay put if I do a face layer like a U-turn. But they seem to move with the pieces if you're not moving just that face. So that's going to be interesting. I don't think they're going to necessarily stay with those pieces. Okay. Okay, so let's see what happens if I do like 6 sexy moves. Okay, so they do return back where they're supposed to, but you can see them starting to twist. So that is going to be interesting. But I can't twist it with like my fingers, so I don't know. All right, I guess we're just gonna find out, but they definitely do seem to move, as you can see there. All right. So that's going to be different. I think that's where it's going to come into play. Because if I do like that, so as I'm doing the sexy move, it'll rotate off. That's going to be a bit of a challenge. Okay. Well, let me find a 3x3 scramble. So I did a 3x3 scramble on this, and that definitely seems interesting. I'm not sure what to do with the centers yet, right? So let's just start first of all with trying to solve this like a 3x3, and let's see what happens to the centers afterwards. I don't know whether it's easier to fix them after or before. I've never seen this. This is really interesting though. So, all right, let's give it a whirl. Okay. Okay, so I solved this like a 3x3, and some of the pieces went where they were supposed to, some did not. So it's kind of interesting, actually. Okay, so now let's see about solving some of these inner pieces. So, all right. So I think that's going to be the challenge, lining these up and solving each side without turning the actual side. Huh. That's going to be different. So that's going to be the other trick, really, is getting that to where this has to be the red, getting those colors too. Mm. Okay. So right now, those might be good, right? Okay, I got the white cross and they match on the sides. Okay, so we have the whole bottom layer, or 2 layers done with everything matching. This is where it's going to get really tricky, is these little top side pieces, because no, I don't know what that's going to do. So okay, so we have to really pay attention to the orientation on everything. You know what? No, I just want to stick to like beginner method everything. Let's see. Well, for now I'm stumped. I I do not know how to move forward, nor do I have the knowledge to move forward. Every time I cycle these pieces in anything I know for you perm, it messes everything up down here. T-perm seems to work without messing up anything else. Soon and anti-soon seem to work. I think I'm going to really have to study why those work without messing everything else up, but anything else I try messes it up. So for now, this has me stumped. Maybe I'll try playing with it and come back to it, and we'll see what we can do. So for now, that'll do it. Day 14 has been challenging, but I'm so close to this puzzle, right? And I started thinking about this after I finished filming the first segment, right? So I noticed earlier that if we did a T-perm, or if we did a soon, these kind of stayed the same. A T-perm would kind of mess this one up, but you know, these kind of stayed the same with a soon or anti-soon. And I was trying to figure out why. Basically because you're moving it right and left, but every time you turn it on the top, you're also turning it back to its starting point. So that helps. So we could either cycle the centers, or we could cycle the edges, which messes everything up. So I started thinking back to, beginners' methods. And I remembered that there is algorithms to cycle the corners in beginner's method. And so I started thinking, what if we then used soon to fix the edges and then cycled the corners. Would that work essentially? So that's what we're going to try now, and I hope in theory that's what it works, but I hope it really does. So let's start with, and I'm fixing to mess this all up again. I'm so nervous. Okay, so doing a soon fixes those, and then I'm hoping we can fix the yellow top by beginner's method. Hoping. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, so now those are connected again. Now we have to do the white, to make them all front face, right? So let's try this. Okay, so that did it, and so I messed up by trying to do it this way before instead of doing it this way, and you got to go way back beginner's method. Okay. So in beginner's method, we know that we can cycle these three corners. That, and then that way, and then that. Okay, which then that messed up the yellow faces. So I need to cycle these first, and then fix the top. Okay, so let's do that again. So dun. Dun, dun. Okay, now they're in their correct spots. So now we fix the yellow layer, and theoretically is done. I hope. And that did it. So we did. We successfully solved this thing through. Wow. Yay. Okay, done. So this is, the box called this the circular 3x3. So we're going to go with the circular 3x3. This is day 14. Done.